Hello YouTube, B3 back with another kicking Marvel Legends action figure review. Yes, this is from the Marvel Legends series, the Spider-Man line. And specifically from the Absorbing Man Build-A-Figure wave. So yeah, this is Marvel's Jack-O-Lantern. He's a running change with Morbius, who I also have. You'll see him in a bit for size comparisons. And also in this wave, you have Ben Reilly Spider-Man, Gwen Stacy Spider-Woman, Spider-Gwen, can't wait to get her, Venom, the current Beetle, and Speed Demon. All figures that I really want for my collection. I've been waiting for a new Ben Reilly Spider-Man. I called Spider-Gwen being in this wave. I totally predicted that. I've been wanting a Morbius, been wanting a Jack-O-Lantern. I called Venom because they made all the other symbiotes, so I was like, Venom's, you know, all the other main symbiotes anyways. So I was like, Venom's next in line, and I've been hoping for Beetle and Speed Demon for Superior Foes of Spider-Man to go with my Boomerang, so that's great. And this guy's package actually says Villains of the Night, and it's got his picture on the side and Morbius' picture on the side or whatever. You guys will know who he is when you see him. The packaging hasn't changed that much, but it has changed a little. Mine's, you know, thrown out, so I can't show it to you. Sorry. But, yeah, so this is Jack-O-Lantern. I've been wanting this figure for so long, before they even announced that it was going to be a figure, because I really wanted him to go with my Agent Venom. You know, because in the first the first issue of Agent Venom's solo series, this was the villain, and he was a villain for a while. Just a really kind of creepy villain, and I like this figure too. It uses the Ghost body mold from the Thunderbolts Comic-Con pack. I kind of wish they'd do a single release of that Ghost so I could have the Ghost. But I guess, you know, the first time I really had the sculpt, it has a little bit less articulation than I thought it would. The articulation's kind of weird on it. The head moves down a little bit, but not back much. You know, it's a big head and has all this stuff sculpted on it, so it's a little hindery. You got a big old crunch right there, but not really one going backwards. That's a bit of a disappointment. Up and down on the arms, you get the bicep swivel, double elbow bend, you know, normal stuff. And then you get kind of a glove swivel here, but there's no like wrist articulation, which I guess is okay. But, you know, whatever. And then there's the waist. Obviously, the legs are a little weird. On this figure, they kind of go back to the whole ball up here thing. So you got the in and out, but if you turn the joint like that, then you can kind of do forward and back. You see what I mean? I don't like to keep that joint turned though, so, you know, I do what I can with it. And then obviously there's that high thigh swivel right there. So yeah, that joint can get turned around easy when you don't want it to. But, you know, it's whatever. Then double knee bend right there. Pretty dope, I have to say. No boot swivel like most Marvel Legends come with nowadays, which is really too bad. But, you know, that's a point of articulation I can live without, no big deal. And up and down on the foot, and an ankle pivot, and as you can see, there are peg holes. So, yeah, he's a cool looking figure, you know, not as much articulation as some of the other figures in this wave, but still pretty cool. But yeah, now onto detail and paint. Honestly, I think this head sculpt is amazing. It looks wonderful. There's lots of paint detail and color variation on the pumpkin itself. I like the eyes, how they have the flame coming out, and then the flame on the back looks great too. This guy just looks really, you know, nice. And, you know, the jackal head itself actually creates color variation on the flame, which is really nice. And then I like the green on his kind of jumpsuit area. He's got lots of great paint detail on the body. You see his belt and everything's all painted up. He's got pumpkin bombs right there. So that's pretty cool. You know, I like the kind of creepy look of his hands, you see? Like this one's kind of like pointing, and this is kind of like a weird holding hand. And he has stuff to hold. I'll show you in a bit. But he's got like all these wrinkles on the suit and boots and everything. I think he looks good. I think he's a good looking figure. So yeah, you know, that's it. How about we take a look at some accessories now. First up, Jack-O-Lantern comes with this kind of Children of the Cornish sickle. It's a little weird for him to hold. It's got this little part right here that you can kind of slip his fingers through. It's not like too terrible as you can see, but you know, it's wobbly. Woo. Excuse me. So yeah, these ghost hands aren't the best for holding something like this. I mean, you can do that too, but that's a bit better. I kind of prefer the sickle facing forward, but that's pretty cool looking. He also comes with a pumpkin bomb, like the one that came with the Hobgoblin Build-A-Figure we got recently. But you know, he holds it okay. It's easy to pop out of this hand. If something like whacks this hand or whatever, it's gonna like pop out the side. Because the hand isn't like designed specifically to hold this, and this isn't designed specifically for the hand, but you know, it's got the little face on it, which is a little hard to see even when it's not on camera, and the bits of flame coming off the top. So yeah, you know, a good pumpkin bomb that can be used with jack-o'-lantern or any of your goblins or anything. Not technically an accessory, obviously, but he does come with one of the legs for Absorbing Man, so you can start putting that guy together. So yeah, you know, big old leg. And then one of his cooler accessories is his broomstick that he flies around on. It's really cool looking, but not terribly functional, I hate to say. It's got that same kind of grip that the sickle does right there. You know, you see. Did I mention how well painted this sickle is? It looks great. Yeah, so it's got the fiery hot, you know, into the broomstick that's coming out that kind of propels it forward. And these are for his feet, kind of right there. And I like how they have that heat coming up here, and this is just painted onto the plastic. I think that's a good touch right there, honestly. I think that's really cool looking. And then it all comes up here, and you have where he holds it. And but yeah, so there are like ways you can do it, I guess. Like the feet sit there, and it's kind of weird. It doesn't function terribly well. Like I'm always like used to seeing him kind of like sitting on it like that. So that's how I like it. But you know, how are you supposed to do it? It's just a little odd. So I just kind of slip a hand through here. If I can get that hand in there. There we go. And yeehaw. Dun, 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 dun. But yeah, you know, you get it. He comes with his broomstick, which isn't terribly functional, but still a good little touch. Now it's time for some size comparisons. Here he is with some other Spider-Man figures from, you know, some recent ones anyways. Here on the left we have another hothead. It's from the Rhino Build-A-Figure wave, our Ghost Rider figure, who I did review indeed. And here on the right, Morbius, his running change from the same wave. So, you know, I think he looks pretty good with these guys, but I just wouldn't feel right unless I compared him to, you know, a Spider-Man. So let's get Morbius out of the way real quick and show him off with Pizza Spider-Man here, who has the body mold that most Spider-Men use now. So, yeah, you know, I think he looks great with that Spider-Man also. And he is with some other Hasbro Marvel figures in the 6-inch scale. Here on the left we have a movie figure. It's our movie Ant-Man. And then here on the right we have Ultron from the Iron Man 3 line. So, you know, a bit of an older figure, but still a cool looking one. And I think he goes well with them as, you know, as well. So he's going to look good with the other Hasbro Marvel Legends. And then here he's with some Marvel figures from other companies. Here on the left we have the Marvel Select, Diamond Select, Venom, and here on the right, Toy Biz Carnage. So yeah, you know, obviously he's not going to scale well with Venom here, but Carnage you can kind of work. I guess it just depends on what you guys like. If you like Toy Biz with your Hasbro stuff, go ahead. I display all my Toy Biz with my Hasbro. Some look really good and some are just off, but you know, it's not too terrible. So what are my final thoughts on the Marvel Legends Jack-O-Lantern figure from the Spider-Man Absorbing Man Build-A-Figure wave? I'm very glad to have this figure. He's very, very cool. I think he comes with cool accessories, even if the functionality of the coolest one isn't terribly great. It comes with a much needed piece for Absorbing Man, and I just think he looks good with other figures and etc. So, yeah, you know, he's a good figure. If you like the character or Marvel Legends, pick him up. You know, if you don't have Ghost, he'll be a pretty unique figure in the wave. I don't know of any other figures that use this mold. There might be some, but I think he and Ghost are the only one. But yeah, that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. If you're wondering what these flames are, they're Tamashi flame effects. You can get them in this color, blue, and then I think there were some bootleg ones that you can get in alternate colors. Or maybe Tamashi released some official alternate colored ones. I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with the effect pieces. But yeah, that's it. Thank you all very much, and I will see you all later.